Fable 5 is back in Claude Design. Smarter? Sure, but do you need it? Or is Opus enough? 4 design briefs, both models, one shot each. What you get, what it costs. Let's find out, is it worth its hype? So Fable 5 is live in Claude Design again since July 1st. And right now it is included into the paid plans. You can use it up to a half weekly limit through July 7th. Then it runs on usage credits. Why it vanished for 3 weeks is trivial for us. We are here to run tests. So here's our plan. We'll be doing 4 briefs: a landing page, a deck, a motion site, and a booking flow. And to make it fair and to check what changed, we'll be comparing Claude Fable 5 with Opus 4.8. So we could see with our own eyes, is Fable 5 worth the hype it has? So, same brief, both models, inside Claude Design. One thing to know upfront, if your brief leaves the room, Claude Design will ask you questions. Anthropic claims Fable catches design holes Opus would miss. We will test exactly that. Test 1. A landing page for a time tracker for creative teams. I asked both for 2 directions. Here is what I did not script. They split those 2 directions the exactly same way. A quiet editorial version and a loud poster version. The palette. I picked warm cream and terracotta for Opus. Fable said decide for me and landed on almost the same palette on its own. If you worked with Claude Design for some time, you'll know that if you don't specify any palette, it will choose the palette and the brand guidelines really similar to what Claude has. Big plus for Fable for automatically making a mobile version. Overall, if we walk through the layout of the both, you'll see that Claude Opus plays more safe than Fable, and you'll find much more creative decisions inside the Fable. Test 2. A 10-slide seed pitch deck. This is Claude Design making slides, by the way, not the PowerPoint add-in. 2 things to compare here: how each handled the content and how each handled the design. So, content first. So I gave both the same row numbers, and they presented them a bit differently. Opus presented them cleanly. Here is Opus presentation. We even have an extra slide here, which is a standout for the wholesale. Fable did something different. It extrapolated information. It turned my growth into 8x story to showcase what I've got as a presenter better, and actually calculated the information that I didn't give him. But it is a real difference. One is presenting the information and the other one is working with it. On design though, they are really close. I specifically chose green color as a base to see how both of them will be behaving. Both went dark and bold, both confident, both deck ready. The gap in this test is not how they look, it's how far each one runs with your material. Overall design is great in both. I would say that so far, same taste, different appetite for initiative. Test 3. A website for a motion design studio. Identical inputs, 7 images I generated, 1 palette, and a brief that said motion is the studio's signature. Surprised me twice. Here is Opus. It made this pretty cool animation on the hero screen. It has this like hover effect, pretty awesome. You can change the undertone of your mouse with this like amazing animation. Then when you scroll down, this word has this like pretty cool effect. Then we have text appearing here. Then we have this pretty cool slider. Looks awesome. Some section like this one has just slide animation on the side and the layout is pretty standard, but overall it's really good. It's animated as we asked for. It has this like theme placeholders, and here's our footer, and we can send an email, etc. So back to the top. This is what gave us Opus. And on the other hand, we have Fable. We have this amazing preloader. Then we have all the animation that not just depends on the hover, but animated by itself. We have like this options, and then we have like this running line, which is really cool since we gave in our briefs that this is Motion Studio. And this text appearance, and if we scroll back and forth, it disappears, like pretty great. Then we here, oh, we have like a horizontal scroll. Amazing. Looks awesome. Here, the effect on the button. We have like a lot of these pretty cool details. This parallax effect, another horizontal scroll. Look how amazing it is, and how this like little details incorporated that points out that this is a video motion studio. Awesome. Again, additional animations here. It is live and the whole website looks live. All these little animations here and there looks really awesome. And that's what designers do. We add these little cutesy moments here and there that create this awesome experience. I'm genuinely impressed at what Fable did here. Bottom line, I would say one model decorated, one model understood. One number before we move on. This single build ate 64% of a Fable session. Test 4, the unforgiving one. A full mobile booking flow for a tiny ferry line. 3 routes, bikes, exactly 1 wheelchair space per sailing, weather cancellations. Flows are where pretty dice. I'm judging what they did beyond the specs. Opus made a scenario switcher, sold out, weather cancelled, payment declined. Fable made a Twix panel, weather, demand, even brand accents. Both did this on their own, and it's quietly the most impressive moment of this video. Now, the catches. Plural. Opus built a payment failure state, declined, retract. Fable built none. I typed random letters into its card field and the payment went through. Point to Opus. Then the reverse. Nowhere in my brief was there anything about minors. Opus sold me a ticket for a child sailing alone. Fable refused. A kid cannot travel without an adult. Nobody told it to. That's where the model applied its thinking. In the end, Opus caught the transactional mistake. Fable caught the human one. 4 tests. Where I landed as a designer. On taste, they basically twins. When I fed them the same answers, I could not tell them apart. And that is a compliment to Opus. The real gap is initiative. It takes your content, it takes a concept further, it fills edge cases you forgot. But test 4 cuts both ways. Neither build a production ready. Whichever model you pick, the designer is still the QA. Now let's talk about the money. I have a $100 plan. All 8 builds together consumed 16% of my weekly limit. Fable came out about 1.3 times the cost of Opus. Identical on the simple briefs, double on the heavy motion build. And those 4 Fable runs used 21% of its included window. So my picker stays on Opus 4.8 for everyday work. And I would switch on Fable 5 when the brief has high stakes or you need really impressive high volume animation. Overall, it's included through July 7th. Hurry up to test it yourself. And if you want to see Claude Design pushed against something outside of Claude family, my last video put it heads to heads with Google Stitch. All 4 prompts and brand kit as always in the comments. See you in the next one!